Nothing we say is investment advice. Please pause on all 3 pages of this disclaimer and read it.
Well, good morning, everybody. The bear market is here. Just kidding. Excuse me. Just kidding. Look, everybody, calm down. Calmate. Listen, a 30% pullback in a bull market is normal and healthy. What does a 30% pullback look like? Well, it looks like what you're seeing right now. And it looks like if it were the case, it would even go down further. So first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at how correct I am, at how correct I've been, at how correct all this is. And if you were in Algo Factory, you would see that I actually shorted this. I shorted this as it broke the bottom below 90. So definitely making money on this trade right now. Killer trade. And it's, I'm not going to say what the target is. I can't give away too much for free. But let's just say I went short and I'm pulling in dough because of it. Okay. So that said, let's back up a little bit and let's look a little higher time frame and see what a 30% pullback would look like. Because like I said, a 30% pullback in a bull market is like normal. And that's one thing that people don't get about Bitcoin, especially people who are in TradFi, people who are used to stocks or, whatever it might be. And God bless you. I am a TradFi trader. I trade Forex all day long. So I am not throwing shade at y'all. I'm one of you. Okay. But 30% pullback we saw in March. Right now, March was a bit different. This is where, as I was just talking to some friends, March is where we saw this bull market be different than the others in that we have an all-time high prior to the halving, right? And then price pulled back down and headed up. Well, that was a 30% pullback right there. So let's make this a little more visible. Okay. Do my usual yellow thick line here. All right. A 30% pullback is from March highs at 74,000, right? And everybody was all freaking out because it just took so long and price kept going back so far. And then you had this August panic out that had to do with the JPY situation, and it pulled back to 50K. That was a 30% pullback in this current bull market. So what would it look like if we see it again? Well, the high was 109,000-ish, right? On this exchange, 109,700. And if I were to pull back 30%, then the number is, drum roll please, about 76,000. That's a 30% pullback, right? And that's healthy and normal. And we're halfway there. We're living on a prayer. We're actually better than that. We are probably at, let's see here, we're at 20%. So in reality, we're 2/3 of the way through this pullback, if you count the bottom from yesterday. So for those of you who are freaking out, let's just say we get a 30% pullback. That number is about 75,000. And that's a reasonable number. That's where price could easily go during this pullback. And you'll hear all the, it's a bear market and this and that and the other. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a bear market. No, sir. Nope. I don't think it is. No, it could be. It might have been that 109,000 was the top. It's very possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's, for my measures, improbable, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm a trader, right? I'm a trader. So I am taking advantage of this move down, right? And if you see it here, let me go back to the proper chart here that I use. And let me go ahead and blow this out just a little bit, do some charty stuff. As soon as price broke down, and then there was kind of like a minor pullback a little bit, I entered the trade. In fact, I will go to see how that trade is doing. Now, here it is. Right, so here's the trade. Now you get to see it all the secrets, all the targets, everything. Price broke below this 91,000, and then it pulled back. And I tried to enter a bit sooner. Actually, had I had my druthers, I'd have been in at about 88.5. But my exchange was having trouble logging in. I didn't get in until a little bit deeper. That's fine. I'm at the entry right now, where the entry is, right? So the trade has migrated back to where I'm even, and it should continue down. So, I mean, even as it stands, you can see how good my stop loss was, right? Because I know what I'm doing. And I have a stop loss up at 89.8. And price approached that, never broke it, and each one of these highs ends up being slightly lower. So this is a decent indication that price should continue down. And now that I'm giving away secrets here, we got 83,730 is my that's my take profit, and may go there, may not. I have algorithms that will allow me to exit at certain points if in fact price looks like it is not going to take that dip. But I do believe if I really had to say where's price going to go, gun to your head, flip a coin, whatever it is, the way that the way I don't do things, right? I take things level by level. I make money as price moves. So if price goes down a little bit, that's fine. If it goes up a little bit, that's fine. If it goes down a lot, that's fine. I just short and I make money. And I don't really care what the price is in the end. I'm a trader. I'm not a buy and pray guy. I'm not a guy who has to sit on my hands because the market is falling. I'm not a guy who is crying and helpless because he's watching his account balance shrinking. I am a guy who has a pair of you know what, and I'm willing to go in and trade this. I'm willing to take trades to make money on this volatility. And that's what we do at Algo Factory. We teach you how to do all that, right? And I'm also a guy who sold out of most of his crypto when it was still up at this $95,000 level. Womp womp. I'm a guy who knows what the hell is going on. And you too could be a person who knows what the hell is going on if you come over to algofactory.tech, right? So links in the description, algofactory.tech. We teach people how to do all this, and I will share my stuff, my trades. You just got a freebie today. Let's take a brief look at Solana, and we're going to take a look very briefly at the indices because that's what's important here. I'm going to show you a couple things. Solana, I got out of Solana way up here, right? So I'm already massively ahead. I could buy back into Solana and have like 30% more than I used to have. And I will wait until I think that the bottom is in. And that's where most of my crypto was. And I've been open about that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the indices, right? I mean, Solana, I'm not going to worry about numbers. I'm not going to worry about price. I'm going to let Bitcoin do its thing. And when I think Bitcoin is done doing its thing, then I will go ahead and look at Solana price. If I were to trade Solana, what I probably would do, this is a 30-minute chart. Let me look at a 3-hour chart. If I were to trade Solana, this is how I would do it. I'm not in this trade because I'm already in a Bitcoin trade, which is essentially the same trade. And I don't want to be overexposed, right? When you have basically the same trade twice in a row, you run the risk of being overexposed, right? If Solana is going to move with Bitcoin. So, but Solana is a bit more volatile. I probably would have some either take profit or trade management sitting at about 120. And then I would have a panic low around 111. That might be where I'd look to actually exit the trade. And that's due to some of the old supports back here, right? So the way this trade would look would be, let me see, where are we now? Okay, right like this. I'm just looking at the price action. Let me go to a lower time frame. Yeah, the way my trade would look would be like this. Not a lot of meat on this trade. Not a ton. I'd have stop loss above that 382, above this peak right here. Kind of a risky stop loss. I'm not into this trade that much. There's not a lot of meat on the bone for this. If price were to make its way up, if it bounced a little and then came down, then I might be interested in an entry. But again, I'm already in this trade on Bitcoin. I see no need to overexpose myself, right? So let's take a look at the indices, because the indices are, according to some, what are pulling Bitcoin down, right? Where's my predictions? Where's my draw rings? Oh, I'm on the wrong, that's why. Okay, let's go to the indices. There we are. Okay, so the indices here. Now, I did predict on Sunday that they would fall, and fall they have. You've seen a bit of a bounce right here at 59.42. In fact, it went all the way down. This is the SP 500, by the way, and it went all the way down to 59.25. V the Gorilla's in the house. Awesome. V, how are you, sir?
Man, I've been in the house for like 40 for the last 10 minutes, man. Just listening to you.
That's amazing. That's
You're simply the worst. Look at my
what-
private chat message to you. This is what I'm
is my
for.
Is my voice not like totally worth it?
No,
Just listening to the sweet dulcet tones of
No.
my vocal cords?
No. No.
I just wanted to make you wait, bro, because like the longer I make you wait, the sweeter it
I know
is.
the anticipation. I know.
Right? How you doing, bro?
It's all about the foreplay. I get it.
The 5 play. That's how good my foreplay is. This 5 play.
It's a 5 play.
We're right at the end of the public. So let me just you know what? You can see what it is here on the indices. It's I think there's more blood, but let's take a quick look at the algos, and then V, I'm going to let you loose on the audience here, and then we're going to flip to the private live lab. As it stands right now, I will let you loose. As it stands right now, there is a chance that we have seen the bottom, but right now, based on what I'm seeing, no. I think there's a bit more blood, but it's a question of whether or not the plunge protection team can afford to hold price up, right? Because it looks like this buy right here that happened at the SP 500 59.25, and that's reflected in a lot of other charts. That buy right there is that retail, is that plunge protection. Well, I mean, it's right at the bottom of a prior range. So it just hit a support and bounced up. Now, the plunge protection team is smart enough to know that that's a support, right? So are they doing their thing, or is it just a natural bounce? And that remains to be seen. If price were to head down, the next level down would be 58.57 or so, like basically 58.50. That's the next move down, and Bitcoin probably would move along with that. And Bitcoin right now is continuing down, so that could be a harbinger of what's to come. Via the Guerilla, sir, if you have anything for the public audience before we go to private, then we'd love to hear it. And if not, then if you could please take us over to the private live lab, we'd be indebted to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, take advantage of us. It's the most prolific trading group on God's green earth in terms of what you're going to learn and what you're able to do. I mean, everybody else is going to give you trading signals. We're not going to do that. We're going to teach you how to trade. We're also going to teach you how to build the algorithms that'll trade on your behalf 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's what I'm talking about. So join us or die.
Yeah, join us or die, as they say. As who says? As this guy says.
Join us or die.